With the elven army marching through Easterling territory, the men of Rhûn are forced to leave their consolidated position with their Haradrim ally and retreat to defend their own lands. Little did they know that in the depths of the mountains, Dwarven blacksmiths toiled away at their forges, producing mighty weapons and siege engines to bring down the wrath of their hammers on the last standing outpost of Harad. Joining them in the fray is a Dalian army that has recently recaptured Esgaroth. Will Harad finally manage to turn the tide, or will the sun set on the ambitions of the Haradrim?
Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to some more Total War Rise of Mordor. Once again, as always, a massive thank you to Officially Devon for doing them awesome intros. They really do make these videos very, very special. So this is, I think, the last part of the campaign Rise of Mordor that was sent in to me. The Dwarves and Dale have come together to finally break the forces of Harad and send them back. I mean, Harad have had a hard time of it in this campaign, losing battle after battle, and I hope this one is going to be no different, because as you guys know, I am a huge Dwarven fan. They're my favourite race and faction, and they have come down from the Misty Mountains ready to support their Dalian allies who have recently taken back Esgaroth, which was actually taken in the first episode, which was like, I think, the only victory that Harad actually claimed here. But yeah, it's good to finally get some Dwarven action in this battle, and it's going to be interesting to see how they do fare against the forces of Harad. Good news as well, if you guys have been enjoying these campaign battles, I've also managed to convince my Discord to go ahead and create their own campaign with Rise of Mordor, so we should be seeing more of these battles, and we can definitely always rely on the Discord to have just truly epic battles. Whenever you see an epic battle on the channel, most likely it came from the from my Discord, so plenty more of these are definitely on the way, and if you want to be a part of them battles, go ahead. I'll leave a link down below in the description. You can go ahead and join my Discord, and they'll be looking for players to go ahead and take part in these huge battles, which are going to be massive sieges, custom map battles on Helm's Deep. You're going to have all these different factions coming together and fighting, big armies, and it should just be really good. But we also obviously will still be getting these replays as well now and again, which will be great. So just lots and lots of content going to be on the channel over the next couple weeks and hopefully months, we'll see. And there's also rumours as well, if you're a fan of Rise of Mordor, that a couple orc units are on the way, so I'm definitely going to be looking forward to having Mordor making their first appearance in the mod for sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and quickly run through what the teams are bringing, because this has been kind of a long intro. Really quickly, we'll just run through what the assault forces are looking like. So over on this side, we have one of the Dwarven forces. There are two in this battle, and then another Dalian army. They're going to be having on their front line a bunch of these Dwarven crossbows who are going to be very effective at killing the heavily armoured targets of the forces of Harad. Behind that, we have the Spear Guard of Erebor. I mean, you guys have seen these units a million times before in all the battles. We also have, I believe, some more of this heavy infantry, which is going to be... No, we've got some more pikemen right here. Where are the axe infantry? If everyone's getting ready to push up a battering ram, most likely. These are the shield breakers, so these guys throw their axes as they charge into battle. So do they not actually have any axe guard? No, they don't in this army. Interesting. It's just spears, pikes, and them shield breakers. Well, this army does have the axe guard, and I love the look of them. They just look so great. So there's going to be the main kind of assault force on their army. Then we also have some more crossbows and more infantry. I think the artillery is very close to being out of ammunition. And then finally, we do have some of the Grimhammers. These guys are great armor-piercing units who can just, once they get stuck in, can just do so much damage. Then if we take a look at the Dalian force even, sorry, we've been having too many battles with the elves. We can see that they have a bunch of these marksmen on the front line. Dale are always great and known for their missile superiority, and then I'll be hopefully going to be showing it in this battle. They also have some of these awesome Falcon swords, like a hybrid unit, the Barding Swords Masters. They have these huge Falcon swords with bows on their backs. They're pretty crazy. We also have some of the Dalian Sword Masters here, just for basic kind of, I'd say, high-tier sword infantry for Dale. We also have some of their beautiful looking cavalry. I love what Magpie has done here with the uniforms of this cavalry. Really reminds me of Third Age Total War, honestly. What the hell? We have a unit of archers out here? How the hell did this unit of Harad archers make their way out here? This must be a mistake or something. But looking at the rest of the force of Harad as the infantry and towers do move forward, we have more of the Harad bowmen. They're just such a lightly armoured force. It's very hard for them to really do much. We also have some of the Spears of the Serpent. These guys are great. They're really, really defensive and they look amazing with them huge shields. We then have some more Swords of the Serpent back there, along with just, yeah, it's a lot of this heavy infantry. We also have some Umber Legionaries. Again, and I feel like these units kind of feel a bit out of place, because I think they're using some assets from the Seven Kingdoms mod. I'm not sure though, but I think they are. I don't know, they just feel a bit out of place. They don't really fit Harad. Maybe they can fit another faction, but I just feel like they look a bit weird. We also have some of the Knights of Heaven. I believe someone told me that these guys were like Numenorians, or something along those lines. Again, I'm not too sure. We also have some more Harad warlords up there. They're going to be supported by some of these Red Sand skirmishers. We also have the champions right here, these crocodile helmets and stuff. Again, like, I feel like these guys feel a little bit out of place. However, I think if they add in some more Harad shields, you give these units and some other units some like more Lord of the Rings looking shields, and I think they'll fit perfectly. I mean, Magpie has done a great job with what he has available for himself, right? So I'm definitely not complaining whatsoever. And I think this unit as well looks solid for Harad. It really, really does look amazing. So yeah, definitely not like dissing his mod whatsoever. So let's go ahead and jump into the battle then, as we do get closer and closer. The siege towers are preparing themselves to move up. I think the artillery crew has run out of ammunition. They're going to be using the artillery crew pretty smartly here. You know, these dwarfs, even though they are just siege engineers, could probably still do okay in melee combat with these huge swords. However, you know, they're just going to be here basically to try and take out these towers, which is not a bad idea, right? This unit is somewhat useless, and it's also, you know, taking out the tower. It's also receiving some archer fire, so this is great. This unit is absorbing missile fire. It's making it easier for these siege towers to get up here and in the face of the enemy. We're going to get some crossbows poured into the city, and one of the really interesting things about this map in Attila is that you can actually move soldiers up here and actually have them overlook this position inside the city. So, you know, even if you can't get through the walls, you can use your crossbows to actually just hammer the resistance and kind of overlook this position and help your attackers, which I think is why the defenders have fallen back. It looks like this battle is going to be much better than the last one, which is awesome. A lot more strategic play going on right now, you know, because the last battle was a little bit lackluster. However, you know, not every battle has to be as crazy as the previous one. So, and I do really appreciate it. I don't, if any of the people who played in the last battle were watching it, I didn't want to come across like, you know, I didn't appreciate you guys sending in these battles. I really, really did. It's just, you know, the level of play just wasn't really that great, and I have to kind of take that into account when I do these replays. But this one is looking spectacular so far. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how it does pan out. And obviously with Officially Devon helping me out as well with the narration, it's just, you know, it makes these Lord of the Rings battles so good. So a really smart move right here by the Dwarven engineers. They're moving up here to take out these towers with the crossbows, and that's what they're using. However, this axe, these shield breakers, I think, down here, are getting hammered by the Harad bowmen, who have a perfect overlook of this position. I don't think these guys even have shields either. So they're going to be easy pickings for the Harad bowmen up there. These guys need to be very, very careful. We are getting more and more assault going on. I didn't actually know you could do this. I didn't know you could burn the towers from the other side of the wall. It's very interesting that you can. Also, we've seen this gatehouse being broken down as well, which is perfect for the Dwarven forces to break their way in. Because realistically, for the dwarves, the sooner they can break in and get their men into melee combat, the better. They basically have invaded every single position right now, and now they are pushing in on the enemy infantry. Vidalian swordsmen are going to be the first ones to hit into melee combat, looking for blood. As we do have both sides giving it their best shot. Oh, these Falcon swords, I can't wait to see what these guys are capable of. I just know that they're going to be doing a ton of damage. They really, really are just going to be racking up the kills with these just ferocious swings of these weapons. And I think Harad are going to be hard-pressed to keep this side under lock. If they can get more javelins over here, which I think they do have here. They have some pretty nice javelins here from the Swords of the Serpent, who throw up like almost like a peeler volley at the enemies. But they're also getting hit by Vidalian archers. They're raining in fire down on the Numenorian cavalry. Nice little blockade here. They do have some Harad pikemen as well. These pikemen aren't really like the most, like, they don't really have the longest pikes in the world. And I guess it's going to be hard for the dwarves to close the distance. But maybe not. Pikes in Attila aren't as effective. In Rome too, pikes are insane. But in Attila, they're kind of a bit lackluster. They're more there for like a defensive unit, just to slow down the enemy, rather than to rack up a bunch of kills. Whereas I swear in Attila, like, it's much more different indeed. So the dwarves are just surrounding the enemy, but we are having the entire Harad Oh, this is so nice by the Harad player. They've got this entire path covered in archers. We do, however, have the dwarven crossbows set up here. 3 units of crossbows who have a perfect little volley right here. And if they stick into heavy shot, they'll be able to smash through this position, as we have another line of dwarves charging in for glory. I love how there's like a broken down house there as well. Looks pretty cool. The shields in the background as well. Oh, nice. The archers as well. Look at the archers back there. Love seeing that. So these crossbows are going to be like softening up the enemy assault as the shields right here prepare themselves for the oncoming slaughter. But I mean, I think the dwarves on this left side are going to have a problem time breaking through that formation. Because, again, these Spears of the Serpent are just a really strong unit, especially now that they're supported by more Swords of the Serpent. It's difficult to break through that defensive Testudo. But if anyone can, it's definitely the Dwarfs. It's a shame we don't have any artillery left, because if they had, like, one piece of artillery here and there, that would help them out so much. They do have these huge siege crossbowmen, though. I think these ones are a different unit. The engineer ones are different from the normal crossbows. They shoot out these pretty big bolts. Not quite like ballista bolts, but they still shoot out some pretty crazy stuff. Harad are committing all of their archers here as well, looking for the battle. The Dalian infantry in their wedge formation are just pouring in, and we're actually going to have to see more of this Harad infantry thrown in as well, as the city is just almost set ablaze in this engagement. Again, I really love what Harad are doing here with their archers. They're setting themselves up beautiful overlooks and just trying to take out the enemy from every single position. And I think it's a really, really smart idea. More infantry being thrown into the combat as well, as these archers do go ahead and notch their bows one more time. Like, I think it does look very, very cool the way they have set up their bowmen. And they're starting to commit more and more infantry. I also like, on this map at least, how they're not just camping up the top. Because this is such like an OP defensive position. I like how they've really committed to defending this section of the city. I think it just adds a lot of flavour to the battle. It makes it very different, because one of the things we've seen a million times in Attila is this map. I must have done this map like over 10 times. So it's really cool to see them, kind of taking a different approach to it. And just defending like a different certain point of the wall. Did the general just go down? Was that? Yeah, no, of the gates. For a second I thought one of the generals went down. It's just the gates being taken right over here, which isn't really that important. I mean, it does allow these guys to pour in more infantry. Oh yeah, no, the defenders have reclaimed back this gate with a unit of cavalry. The Knights of the Heaven coming in and actually acting big. This is going to block any more reinforcements right here, and basically mean that these dwarfs are completely surrounded and killed. Wow, that is going to be brutal. We have a lot of crossbow fire coming in as well, but they're struggling to break up. As we said, this kind of like a assault is just really brutal on the dwarfs. They're trying their best to break through, but with the support of the cavalry, it's just not really happening. The dwarfs just don't have the penetrating units that they desperately need. I mean, they're trying their best, and at the moment it's just whether or not they can break down the Harad forces in time. Like, that is going to be the true question, is if the attackers are going to run out of men. Now, their crossbows are obviously going to be hitting everything in the back line, so that's going to be weakening down the reinforcements for Harad. As you can see, these dwarfs are struggling. The constant archer fire from every single overlook and position It's just brutal. I mean, look at this as well. I mean, that's pretty insane. Oh, that looks beautiful. I always love doing this on these maps. You know, just setting up like this. There's even like an artillery piece here, which, even though it's invisible. Just like overlooking down on the battlefield. Watching all this crazy stuff happen. Having like the unit just like volley their bows. Oh, it just looks great. It really does. It's a shame that like the clips so much for it as well, because that'd be an amazing thumbnail right there. If I could actually view in there without people being like in like legendary bows just sticking there in the ground. But I think it looks cool anyway. Something like that maybe would be a cool thumbnail. That's probably what you're going to see on the thumbnail. If the bowmen do just continue to fight. I think Dale are having the best luck out of everyone at breaking through these positions. We've got spearmen against cavalry, and I think this is like really taking up the most amount of the Harad infantry. If we press K, we can really see the balance power is still in favor of the attackers, so that's really good. Number-wise, it's very, very even still. The allied men have kind of killed more, but they're still at a disadvantage. They've closed the gap by a couple hundred men, but they're still suffering a little bit. And once this position has gone down, oh no, Nisus has been taken out, so the crossbows can come in, and if they want to help out. Wouldn't it be a bad idea for this cavalry just to charge out and hit the archers right here. This far left side, though, has basically been just annihilated. The amount of archer fire down here has just left so many dwarven corpses on their way through the road. But it's not like there's many men left here. Oh, these dwarven pikemen as well, the vault wardens. Yeah, there's not much ammunition left for Harad. So once they start going low on ammunition, I think their forces are going to be much worse off. I mean, the Dale have pushed in everything they have now. They've absorbed so much of the Harad infantry. They have one unit of men left there and a unit of cavalry. But, oh, they also have some artillery left. Be very interested if they decided to throw this artillery in as well. Like, get some good hits off. Yeah, the Dwarves are starting to commit the last amount of their infantry as well. It's kind of like a last-ditch effort right now, just to break through. But if any of these sides break, and if, yeah, and I think Harad, oh, the Harad are throwing in their war dogs as well, their warhounds. That's perfect unit to try and take out these pikemen. I think, yeah, I honestly think if they can, if any side breaks for either team right now, that's going to be the battle. Because I think everyone has committed everything they have right now. So if one side falters, then they can, you know, reinforce where they need to. They can push men where they need to. They can outflank and hit the missile units. God damn, them dogs got slaughtered by the pikemen. This isn't arena total war, that's for sure. One of the enemy generals has gone down as well. Oh no, one of the Harad army's general has been slaughtered. There was only 23 of them in a unit, god damn. These units must be like ridiculously OP or something then. Yeah, you got more infantry fighting there. The crossbows moving inside the city. Yeah, this is just going to be such a close battle. A nice position. That's fine. There's these gates again. But I haven't really got anything left to commit. We do still have some javelins here, which will be doing a lot of damage. Javelins are always a great unit to keep towards the end, where the battle is kind of a lot like devolved into just chaos. Oh my god! I don't know whose volley that was. I think that was Harad volley, but I don't know who came out on top there. But as I was saying, like, I feel like it's a really good idea to keep javelins towards the end of the battle when, you know, units are low on HP, so each javelin does a lot of damage and a lot of kills. I honestly could not tell you right now who is going to claim victory in this engagement, whether Dale are going to come out on top with the support of the Dwarves, or if Harad just have the numbers. This is a super close battle, for sure. Keep it up indeed. I mean, I think at this point as well in the campaign that they're doing, Harad are literally fighting for survival. So I think if Harad get beaten back here, this is like the last remnants of them. So we could not see more Harad infantry or more Harad in this campaign. But they still have to do it. I mean, we're starting to win the balance of power now. Yeah, numbers are completely even. And I think the fact that Harad running out of ammunition is going to be huge. The dwarves still have a lot of ammunition left on their crossbows. Securing this part of the battle is going to be great because then they can loop round and hit the enemy. Yeah, it's literally... And the dwarves have made a breach! Oh, they just need to select everything they have and just pile through this breach point right now. And just literally try and outflank the enemy. Granted, I think Harad are going to have maybe some men they can send from here. Maybe not, though, because this Dwarven Axe unit is fully strength. And they're keeping the Serpents of the Spear completely busy right now. Dwarves are trying to pull through a bit, and so they're just getting more models into combat. The dwarves just need to literally rush this. I don't know why they're playing so defensive here. Just charge forward. This could be the battle. I mean, maybe they feel like they don't need to, because if they just keep doing what they're doing, they're going to grind through the enemy, especially once they have to start committing all of these archers. There are still some volleys coming in. Yeah, this side's looking a little bit weak. They have one strong unit of Swords of the Serpent right here. The rest of the infantry, though, is depleted. But so, the same for Dale. Like, this battle is just super close. Oh, this cavalry. This cavalry should rush out the city now that they've taken this and just kill all of these crossbows. If this cavalry... Oh, no. If this cavalry didn't go into these crossbows, I feel like maybe they could have a chance. But there's just so much ammunition left for the dwarfs. But that doesn't mean we don't have any infantry, right? The fact that they've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of crossbows still left remaining. That means that the infantry, you know, that's a lot of men, right? How many men in each unit? 90. And what did we say there was 8 of them? Oh no, that's not good either. One of the Dwarven General. Then with the Dalian General going down. Could we see a mass rout? Oh no, if we see a mass rout, that would be crazy. God damn. Who's gonna... Yeah, nice. The dwarfs are finally pushing in. Another general going down with the dwarfs. Oh my god. Are Harad going to turn this around? They've killed both the generals by throwing in that cavalry. They've actually gone ahead and killed the knights, the dwarven general. Oh my god. We could actually see a mass rout right now. Because if all the infantry goes down, then what's there to stop these crossbows? The crossbows are pouring into the city. There are some archers up here. Oh my god. The cavalry just needs to come in. There's one dwarven general left remaining. Oh my god, is this battle going to be turned up on top of his head? The crossbows need to volley. The crossbows need to focus something else, not this routing unit. Hit this big blob of infantry. Don't know why the dwarfs are moving up here. The cavalry needs to pour down here. Just kind of like sneak their way past this infantry and hit these crossbows. This battle is going down to the wire right now. And these crossbows are being thrown in. Oh no, what are the dwarfs doing? Losing their generals could be the end of them. They're throwing in this unit of camel riders, which obviously granted have a very good charge bonus as we come flying out of the woods. They need to keep on here. They just decimated them dwarfs. Killing how many of them? Oh my god, that is brutal. Look at that. They just killed like 20 men from the bodyguard. Trying to start to solve this. Oh, now they need this cavalry round. This cavalry could literally be so useful. Just throw it into battle. Yeah, the camels are doing an amazing job of just charging forward, but they're basically just bait right now if the dwarves play correctly. And just shoot them. All the dwarves need to do is, you know, engage them with one unit and spread out their crossbows and they'll be okay. Just divide your crossbows and then you'll be okay. This part of the dwarven roster is very, very depleted. This infantry could be so useful over here as well. As the camel riders do just charge them down, the dwarves are progressing up here. Dale has been beaten back as well. And the balance of power is now shifted in favor of Harad. Wow, the dwarven men are down to 900, whereas Harad still have this many men. However, they could, if they just get these crossbows into combat, then the dwarves could easily win if they could just shoot. But the cavalry coming up massive. Wow, I did not expect that ending. No quarter indeed. My god. What an epic battle. I still have no idea who's going to win. This battle is literally up for anything. These camel riders coming in clutch. I feel like if the dwarves can just get these crossbows out of the battle and shoot these camel riders, they have a great chance. And yeah, finally, this unit of cavalry is coming round the back, looking to get some rear charges. They needed to be there sooner, honestly. And these dwarfs need to pour into the position right now and start killing these archers. So many men here coming in. I think this battle maybe might have desynced because a lot of these guys are not moving. But basically, all this means is that the unit was dead at this point. And that's it. Like, when these desync, it just basically means that they're dead. But it keeps them alive for some reason. So the battle, I think, is still playing out exactly how it did in the replay. And I think Harad had this, honestly. So again, we'll have to take stock, you know, when the battle ends in 45 seconds. But I think Harad claimed this as a victory. Because again, you got the balance of power is taking into account all these desynced units which are dead. But you can obviously see everything else fighting. And I think Harad have claimed this because they've killed all of these crossbows now. And now that all these crossbows are dead, the enemy general unit's about to die. They can then just swoop round the back and hit into the back of these pikemen, and that's it. Wow, I can't believe Harad claimed victory in this engagement. And I think it's literally down to these Harad warlords right here killing the crossbows. What? How is there a barricade there? Since when was there a barricade there? I swear, can the engineers create barricades? That's insane. Well, there we have it. The battle is over. A little bit of a desync there towards the end, but I think that just kind of, it basically just got a little bit messy. But Harad easily had that towards the end of the engagement. Wow, what a crazy engagement that was right there. Unfortunately, we can't see the kills either, which is kind of annoying. And my 1220 background as well, because I've got that mod ready to come for you guys. And Medieval campaign is on its way, so keep an eye out for the channel for that. But what an awesome battle that was, even with the bit of the desync towards the end, because I think the sub mod updated. That still played out amazingly, and Harad just had such a good comeback there. They were like being destroyed by the Dale infantry, and then just got beaten back, and then the cavalry coming in, clutch killing all of them crossbows. What an engagement that was. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next in these Rise of Mordor battles. Are you guys excited for the new Orc units which are on their way, which have been rumored in the Discord to be on their way? And I'll see you guys in the next one.